Once crowned the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley's final decree was stark. He left his entire $5 million estate to his father, Vernon. Dying at 42 from heart failure, his will exposed deep trust and family ties over Hollywood hangers-on, forever rewriting the myth of his reckless, lonely decline. Like a timeless ballad spun on a final record, Frank Sinatra's will gave most of his fortune to his fourth wife, Barbara, with cherished keepsakes for his children. When Noel Blue Eyes fell silent at 82, lung cancer ended the song, but his will whispered of loyalty, legacy, and a family still bound by melody. The envelope opened. Paul Newman's last wish turned his fame into fuel for change. Most of his $600 million fortune funded charities he championed. The blue-eyed legend of Cool Hand Luke died at 83 from cancer, leaving his wife, Joanne, treasured keepsakes that spoke louder than Hollywood applause. Mork made us laugh, but Robin Williams's will urged us to remember love over laughter. When depression stole him at 63, he split his $100 million estate among his kids and granted his wife lifetime sanctuary in their California home, proof that even the world's brightest clown built walls to protect his circus. Once a Hollywood rebel who challenged studios and stereotypes, Brando's final script was quiet. His $21.6 million estate was split between two trusts for his children's education. No op-eds, no scandal. A man who defied systems and death, he chose to invest in minds over myths. Like the voice of Severus Snape, sharp, controlled, and deeply layered, Rickman's will whispered loyalty. He left most of his $4 million estate to his lifelong partner Rima, while carefully gifting his siblings and charities. A performer to the end, even his legacy was impeccably staged. The man who danced as Zorba and lived as a legend didn't exit without precision. Quinn's $20 million estate included tailored gifts for his wife and numerous children, each named. His final act echoed his films, sprawling, dramatic, yet tethered by intense devotion to family. Best known for grounding fantasy and grit, Bob Hoskins left behind no illusions in death. His estate, anchored by a $1 million provision, went largely to his wife Linda. The working-class hero of screen and soul, he kept his final wishes as sincere as his craft. Once America's dad on Full House, Bob Saget's real legacy lay far from the sitcom laughter. When he died at 65 from head trauma, his $50 million estate went chiefly to his wife, with special care for his 3 daughters, proof that behind the crude jokes, he scripted a finale anchored in family devotion. Like a dragon's flame that flickered too soon, Bruce Lee's will burn with purpose. His $10 million estate secured his wife Linda and children's future after his shocking death at 32 from cerebral edema. The martial arts icon's final wish fortified his legend, a warrior's riches fueling a family's unbroken dynasty. Before we continue these amazing celebrity transformations, here's a quick challenge for you. Can you subscribe to Then vs. Now Legends in the next 5 seconds? Smash that subscribe button and join us on this journey through time with your favorite stars. The envelope opened. Burt Lancaster's final act wasn't a swashbuckling escape but a quiet pledge. When the star of From Here to Eternity died at 80 of a heart attack, his $40 million fortune split equally between his 2 sons, while his first wife received assets, a testament that love, once forged, endures. Smokey outran the bandit, but Burt Reynolds couldn't outrun time's fine print. When he died at 82 from a heart attack, his $5 million estate went into a trust that pointedly excluded his son, whom he'd already provided for elsewhere. His last move fueled debate. Did Reynolds rewrite fatherhood in Hollywood? Silent film's stoic face, Buster Keaton built a fortune behind deadpan gags and daring stunts. Yet when his $36 million estate passed to his wife and 2 children, no public details followed, his final scene unreleased. For a man who thrived on mystery, even death played along. The debonair icon of wit and wardrobe, Cary Grant left most of his $60 million estate to his wife and daughter, but also gave $10,000 to his longtime therapist. Hollywood's smoothest operator acknowledges inner struggles, proving elegance can coexist with emotional honesty. He played kings, icons, and revolutionaries, But Chadwick Boseman died at 43 with no will. His $2.3 million estate was later divided between his wife and parents, quietly. For a man who kept his illness private, even his legacy spoke volumes in strength and restraint. Moses to millions, Charlton Heston parted the curtain one last time with a $12 million will, his wife the chief inheritor, his descendants next. The man of epics remained true to script, family first, grandeur second. In legacy, he still carved commandments in stone. Like a script rewritten in shadows, Christopher Lee's will revealed no riches. His estate held no net value after debts, yet he left it entirely to his wife Git. When the Dark Lord of Dracula and Saruman died at 93, his final chapter whispered that even cinema's immortal villains can't outrun mortal burdens. The envelope opened. Superman's real power lay in hope. When Christopher Reeve died at 52 from heart failure, he divided his $35 million estate between his wife, Dana, and their children, with part fueling their paralysis foundation, proof that the Man of Steel's truest legacy was lifting others higher. Once the king of Hollywood, Clark Gable scripted his own curtain call. When a heart attack took him at 59, he steered nearly his entire $100 million fortune to his last wife, Kay. The Gone with the Wind legend's final testament showed that behind his rakish grin lay loyalty that outlived scandal. Nostalgia croons through Dean Martin's last refrain. When the Rat Pack icon died at 78 from emphysema, his $45 million estate was left to his wife and children. No showbiz drama, just a smooth vow that behind every swinging hit, Dino's velvet voice sheltered a promise to guard his family's future. The rebel of Easy Rider rode into the afterlife with one final detour, explicitly cutting his estranged wife Victoria from his $40 million estate. Dividing the rest among heirs, Hoppers will read like a final confrontation, proof that his off-screen battles were just as bold. Like one of his elegantly tragic characters, Dirk Bogarde scripted a personal finale rich in nuance. Most of his estate went to his beloved nephew, while select friends received art and stipends. Private in life, his will offered glimpses into chosen bonds over bloodlines. He danced on air and defined elegance, but Fred Astaire's will was no waltz. It included a firm plea: no biographical films. While his $4 million estate went to his widow, that one clause redefined legacy management, guarding his image like choreography, tightly composed. Hollywood's man of quiet strength, Gary Cooper left his $16 million estate largely to his daughter Maria. No drama, no disputes, just a lasting gesture of devotion. In the end, the High Noon star showed that grace and legacy could go hand in hand. Once Hollywood's toughest antihero, Gene Hackman's final scene faded gently. When he died at 95, the French Connection star left his entire $80 million estate to his wife, Betsy Arakawa. No scandal, no feud, just a quiet testament that even cinema's hardest men can write love into their last act. Like a reel spliced mid-frame, Gig Youngs will told a tragic tale. After an Oscar-winning career and a murder-suicide at 64, he left his entire estate, and even his golden statue, to his agent and wife, with orders to pass them to his estranged daughter, an eerie footnote on fame's darkest credits. The envelope opened. To Kill a Mockingbird's Atticus Finch practiced what he preached. When Gregory Peck died at 87 from bronchopneumonia, he placed his $30 to $40 million fortune in trust for his widow, daughter, and favorite charities, proof that Hollywood's moral compass never broke, even off-screen. Banana Boat's Calypso King hummed a legacy of conscience to his last breath. When Harry Belafonte died at 96, he likely directed his $30 million estate toward family and causes he cherished. The singer who gave voice to civil rights made sure his final notes echoed the freedom songs he once led. The world mourned his brilliance, but Heath Ledger's old will, written before fatherhood, left his $16.3 million estate to his parents and sisters, excluding daughter Matilda. Though later honored informally, the legal omission sparked debate: how legacy lags behind life's most defining roles. The stoic patriarch of screen and silence, Henry Fonda's will left most of his estate to his fifth wife, with just $200,000 set aside for his adopted daughter. The sparse gesture, like his on-screen pauses, said little, but behind it echoed decades of familial complexity. He made cynicism iconic, yet Humphrey Bogart's will brim with care, his $5 million estate placed in trust for wife Lauren Bacall and their children. Behind the smoky veneer, the Casablanca star secured his family's future, proof his most enduring role was provider. Cool under pressure, James Coburn brought steel to the screen and warmth to his final wishes. His $10 million estate was divided among his wife and 3 children. No feuds, no drama. In death, as in life, he played it smooth and kept the peace. Like a rebel script cut mid-scene, James Dean's legacy rewrote itself in probate court. When a car crash killed him at 24, he left no will. His $100,000 estate defaulted to his estranged father. The man who gave us Rebel without a cause died as he lived, an untamed star, unclaimed by law. Nostalgia clings to The Sopranos' final fade to black, but James Gandolfini's last script revealed softer lines. When Heart Attack took him at 51, his $70 million fortune split between wife, sisters, and daughter, plus a trust for his son. Even TV's toughest mob boss made family his ultimate endgame. Like a script in perfect balance, James Stewart's will divided $3 million with quiet care. When the It's a Wonderful Life icon died at 89 from a pulmonary embolism, he made his beloved wife the main beneficiary, the gentle finale from Hollywood's Everyman, who proved kindness wasn't just a role. The envelope opened. John Wayne's last trail ride steered clear of cliché. When the Duke died at 72 from stomach cancer, he spread his fortune wide, funds for his loyal secretary, a trust for his ex-wife, and steady provisions for his children. Even off-screen, he cast himself as the rugged family guardian. The gladiator of old Hollywood, Kirk Douglas made his final act one of fierce philanthropy, donating nearly all of his $61 million estate to the Douglas Foundation. In life, he battled studios. In death, he championed causes, proving that real legacies build futures, not headlines. The titan of Shakespearean gravitas, Laurence Olivier left his $1.3 million estate to widow Joan Plowright, gifting personal treasures to friends. The man who once commanded stages and screens exited not with fanfare, but intimacy, casting his final role as curator of memory. Chandler Bing made us laugh, but Matthew Perry's will offered sobering truths. His $120 million fortune named parents, a half-sister, and an ex as heirs, omitting any future children. A man who long struggled with identity and healing. Even his legacy chose complex love. He starred in over 300 films, but Mickey Rooney's final script shocked many. His $18,000 estate went to his caregiver's stepson, excluding his wife and 8 children. For a star once wrapped in glamour, his will revealed a painful descent into strained ties and silence. Nostalgia lingers over Norman Lloyd's century-long stage. When he died at 106, the Dead Poets Society actors will likely blended family ties with quiet charity, echoing a career spent elevating others. Though his precise bequests stay private, Lloyd's final script reminds us a true legacy runs deeper than fame. Like a script forever unfinished, Orson Welles' final wishes matched his myth. When the Citizen Kane auteur died at 70 from a heart attack, he left most of his estate to his muse and companion, Bajak Kodar, and demanded cremation, ashes scattered in Spain. His will, like his films, blurred love and legend. The envelope opened. The Dirty Dancing heartthrob waltzed into eternity with loyalty as his partner. When pancreatic cancer claimed Patrick Swayze at 57, he left his $40 million estate to wife Lisa Nemi and made generous donations to charities, proof that his final act lifted others beyond the dance floor. Like a race frozen mid-lap, Paul Walker's will spoke louder than fame. When the Fast and Furious star died at 40 in a car crash, he left his $25 million fortune entirely to his daughter, Meadow Rain. No Hollywood clause, no courtroom brawls, just a father's silent vow that family outruns everything. He rode through Easy Rider as a symbol of rebellion, but Peter Fonda's will was quietly deliberate. His $4 million estate went to his wife and youngest child, excluding his famous, financially secure siblings. In death, the icon chose pragmatism over sentiment or legacy lore. A cinematic lion with a legendary thirst for life, Peter O'Toole's $404 million estate named his children, granddaughter, and longtime assistant, but pointedly excluded one estranged daughter. The absence was loud, a final act scripted with wounds unhealed and relationships left off stage. Behind the Pink Panther's laughter lay complicated truths. Peter Sellers left nearly all of his $4.5 million estate to his fourth wife, granting each of his 3 children just $750. For a man of many masks, his will stripped everything down to raw disconnect. With a voice like velvet thunder, Richard Burton's will echoed his complex personal symphony. He divided his estate among daughters and an adopted child, while quietly leaving $3.37 million in Bermuda to his fourth wife. Even in death, his romances left financial echoes. Once Hollywood's eternal tough guy, Robert Mitchum's last script revealed a softer undercurrent. When he died at 79 from lung cancer, he left most of his $50 million estate to his wife and sons, with a significant share for his daughter, proof that beneath the rugged sneer beat a heart anchored to family. Like a masked close-up, Rock Hudson's will exposed a quiet defiance. When AIDS claimed him at 59, he placed his $22 million estate in trust, pointedly cutting out 12 cousins. The giant star's final act, wrapped in secrecy, spoke volumes about loyalty, chosen family, and the price of hidden truths. The envelope opened. Sammy Davis Jr.'s final note played a bittersweet tune. When throat cancer took the candy man at 64, his estate was buried under tax debt, leaving his wife as the main heir. The Rat Pack's sparkling grin hid debts that proved fame's riches can vanish faster than applause fades. Nostalgia clings to 007's last mission. When Sean Connery died at 90 from pneumonia and heart failure, he reportedly steered most of his $350 million fortune to his wife, Micheline Rockerbrune, pointedly excluding his son, stirring whispers that even the suavest spy left riddles unsolved behind velvet doors. The quiet powerhouse of Golden Age drama, Spencer Tracy's $500,000 estate was humbly divided among his wife, children, and brother. For a man whose off-screen life was famously guarded, his will honored tradition, plain-spoken, loyal, and as understated as his greatest performances. The King of Cool burned fast and bright, but Steve McQueen's will was grounded, his $30 million fortune split evenly between his 2 children. No flair, no surprises, just clean lines and legacy, as if his final ride was less rebel yell, more father's promise. A British stage legend with a life steeped in language, Timothy West left his modest $110,000 estate to charity and wife Pernilla Scales. It wasn't the sum but the sentiment, an actor's curtain call that honored both causes and companionship built across decades. He made cynicism charming in every frame, yet Walter Matthau's final wishes were refreshingly sincere. His $20 million estate was evenly split between his wife and son. No punchlines, no courtroom dramas, just a family legacy written with fairness and affection. Action snapshot. The envelope opened. William Holden's will slipped $250,000 to his companion actress Stephanie Powers, while the rest of his estate went to family. When the Sunset Boulevard star died at 63 from a fall, his final pages hinted at tangled loyalties that blurred the line between Hollywood's script and life. Like a king's final decree, Yul Brynner's will crown loyalty above all. When lung cancer ended the King and I star's reign at 65, he left most of his $10 million fortune to his fourth wife, Kathy Lee. Even off stage, the bald icon scripted a legacy that proved devotion outlasts any curtain call. Then versus Now Legends is feeling a bit lonely. 99% of you haven't subscribed yet. Show us some love and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you the jaw-dropping journeys of your favorite stars. And if you're as fascinated by then and now glow-ups as we are, check out our previous videos. Trust us, they're totally worth your time and ours too.